I think it's getting better in terms of like eliminating toxic masculinity, but I feel like it could still be better.
I think it's a good way to help people see society norms. I don't feel like it is an accurate representation of how everyone is.
I view that they showed in like a negative light, at least now that they try to show, quote, toxic masculinity and not what a man should really be.
I'd say the media portrays men in a negative sort of way and makes them seem more as like the toxic guy and doesn't show like the other side to men.
Yeah, it kind of like make them feel like weak or something if they show like affection or like anything like that.
I feel that obviously like they portray it as in like a way of like men should be at like their top tier of masculinity, like boys don't cry, like that type of stigma and somewhat. But obviously like that isn't portrayed in the media somewhat as like men and their feminine side, which should be more. Like sure, their masculinity should have a mix with femininity like we all do. So I don't feel like the media does portray it any way whatsoever like that.
I think the reason that we have such a hard time defining masculinity is because everyone portrays masculinity so differently. And what you might define as being masculine and taking control is something that I see as a very feminine trait because I see women exude that as well. Just an example would be if we in the media saw men showing emotion, we would see that as being masculine because that's what they're telling us it is. Masculinity is no set definition.
I think the media has given masculinity almost a bad name or a bad rep, and that they constantly show someone who's overly macho, overly aggressive, violent, willing to just go out and just do things without thinking. I think a big part about masculinity and about manhood in general is that you think before you act. You make calculated decisions. You go out and you try to be your best self and you don't rush headfirst into things. It's more so the media's representation to draw us in that I think is now convincing people that they need to run headfirst through walls to be a man. They need to pick a fight to be a man. But in reality, I think it's the quite opposite. It takes a man to walk away from a fight.